Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Mole Trap here, coming at you with Game 4 of Oops Reach versus SK Telecom iloveoov. I actually don't know if Oov was in a clan beforehand. I'm not sure what it was. A lot of pro gamers leave their old clan tags on their name. Like Oops is a clan that we see on a lot of pro gamers. There's a few, you often see like Ku or Bai or stuff like that. And it's funny because then you got folks like Nada who had the red clan, or I think it's a clan tag, but it's like so old school that no one else has it but Nada. Whereas through the years you see a lot of the other ones. So in any case, so Reach is obviously really old school also, but you don't see the Oops tag very often. So anyway, we got Terran player down here at the bottom of the map at the 6 o'clock position is going to be iloveoov. And up at the north end of the map, at the top part, we got Reach, and we're going to see him in a moment. But first we're seeing a depot and a little bit of a block. Interesting, we got the SCV on the ramp, trying to keep out any potential probes from scouting him. And we do see that, he doesn't know where Reach is, so Reach's probe could have gotten there pretty early, but instead Reach is going to scout the side first, and it's going around in the clockwise fashion. He's going to find Oov second. He's actually putting some stuff on the high ground here. Going to probably look to, it's interesting. Okay, and here we go. Now the probe is going to try and get in here. Is he going to be able to stop this probe from getting down the ramp is the question, and he's actually kind of baited him off the ramp a little bit. He's edging back and forth a little bit here, and in a heads-up battle the SCV will win versus a probe just because they have more hit points, but the probe has shields that can recharge, so theoretically they could win a longer fight. But there's two probes, both probes coming in, and he is going to get down the ramp, but he's going to spot that this barracks has been placed in a position that it's actually going to prevent him from actually getting in and scouting the rest of the base, or potentially stealing his gas is another thing that Oov might be a little bit worried about here. And he actually kills the SCV. Two probes slowly killing off the SCV there. And what? There's two probes. He's killed off one of the SCVs. I think it looks like the other SCV has run off, and he's killed off a second SCV as well. And he's building a pylon on the high ground and a forge in his at his initial pylon. He's gonna do a freaking straight up cannon rush here. This is insane. He's probably got a zealot already building actually, which is gonna go across the map as well. That SCV is actually too low to come back and combat. He is building a cannon on the high ground outside of Oov's main. This is why we see players often, even though it's a little bit less defensible, build on the high ground on this map in order to defend, because once you lose the high ground, then Obi-Wan Kenobi slices you in half, and you don't want that to happen. So now Oov has a factory, by the way, already building. He's trying to rebuild this depot, or no, he's building another depot because that one was saved, and he doesn't realize what's going on. He has not brought that SCV back to scout. He actually hasn't scouted at all. He scouted the left side of the map first. Now he's scouting the right side. He's finally gonna, and now the cannon comes in, and Oov not reacting too much there. He needs to start putting down a machine shot pretty quick, get that siege tech up, otherwise he's going to get super contained. But what can he do here? Okay, he's going to get a second factory actually, and he's got one SCV repairing that depot, so actually not a huge problem right now. But he's building another gateway. Now this is the problem now. Zealots coming in here attacking that depot as well are going to be able to kill it faster than he can repair it. And actually, it's going to go down. He needs another SCV to repair that immediately, or it's going to go down. He's going to open up his base. The Zealots will be able to go in, and he's not quite going to... Is he going to get there in time? He does get a second SCV, but he needed 3. He needed 3, and the 2 SCVs are not able to repair it fast enough. The Zealots kill off the depot, and now Oov is supply blocked. And the Zealots can get into his base. He does have a Vulture out. That Vulture can hypothetically micro infinitely against these 3 Zealots and kill them all by itself, but not before they're going to do the damage. The Vulture can't just run away to wherever. If the Vulture micros away from the Zealots will simply kill his supply line. He's actually got the Vulture behind his supply line. That's actually a little bit dangerous because that means the Zealots could theoretically catch that. He stopped the second factory from building. This is a really desperate situation for OOV. He's probably building another Vulture right now from that other factory. He has completed the second factory, so he's going to be able to produce a significant amount of Zealots here. Remember, OOV is up 2-1 in this series. If he can fight this off and use these Vultures to fight off the Zealots and do a counterattack, it could win the series right here and right now. Reach is desperately trying to fight with this crazy assault in order to try and keep himself in the series. And look at this. He is going all in with this, building his extra gateways outside of OOV's main. He's building Dragoons. He's going with Dragoons as well. And the machine shop gets canceled. He needs the money right now for more units. And actually, one of the Dragoons gets caught. Oh, a brilliant drill. That Dragoon just gets completely caught up. But it is going to barely escape from the SCV assault. And he's falling back with these Dragoons. Is he going to get surrounded again? He barely gets out with that Dragoon again. He's killing so many SCVs here. This is a lot of damage being done. But are the Vultures going to be enough? If he pops out a tank, and is he going to get a tank out in time, or maybe some mines in order to hold this off? OOV can still theoretically win the series right here, but it's not looking good for him. The SCVs are having to chase him away. Now, when this tank pops out, it's going to be crucial. Is he going to be able to cut off the tank? He doesn't get the SCVs in the way. He's targeted the tank down. He needs to fall back with the tank. He can't quite keep the tank away. The last shot from the Dragoon kills off the tank. The last shot before the Dragoon got out of range of attacking the tank kills it off, and that might be curtains for OOV right now. He is now in, well, he's been in a load of trouble, but now he's in extra trouble. Without that, he needed that tank to be firing from behind SCVs. He needed to be repairing that tank in order to keep it alive, in order to fight off these Dragoons, because Vultures are not enough to deal with Dragoons. You need the tanks, and it looks like he's actually trying to put down some mines here to hold things off, but look at the SCV count. He's barely planting some mines, but those Dragoons don't care. And there's the GG from iloveoov. And look at him. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Some frustration on his face there. Reach looking almost relieved more than excited there that actually worked. The man toss going in with the aggressive style that he's known for a crazy all-in, and making it work. Making it work. There was a couple moments there when it could have been completely different. Imagine if OOV had 3 SCVs repairing that depot instead of 2. You know, it's one of those situations where you want to get away with as little investment as possible in things that are superfluous. You know, that extra SCV mining minerals is getting you more resources, so you want to cut corners in pro gaming. You know, we hear Artosis say that a lot, actually, on his stream, for example, and on ASL. You know, pro gamers cut corners in order to get as much advantage as possible. But if you cut one corner too many and you leave yourself vulnerable, it can cause problems. And that's exactly what happens here. He didn't send a couple extra SCVs out to repair that depot, and it went down, and that opened up his base entirely to assault the Zealots. Were able to get in and start killing SCVs, slow down the production of his factory, and let the Dragoons get close enough to kill the tank shortly after it popped out of the factory. Which, you know, he could have microed that tank a little bit better as well, theoretically. So that was the 2 points, I think, that lost OOV this game. So it is going to go to a game number 5 in this semifinal. I wouldn't have it any other way. What an epic matchup. It's going to go down to a final 5th game in this series. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks very much for watching. Let's hope that game 5 is just as exciting, maybe a little bit longer than this like 6-minute game or what have you. But this has been such a great series. Love these players. All right, thanks for watching. GG.